Tutankhamun and the Golden Chariot by Damian, Harvey and Philpot. When Tutankhamun was 8 years old, his father the Pharaoh gave him a golden chariot. "It is the best chariot in the whole of Egypt, Tut," said the royal vizier. "It is a chariot fit for a king," said the Pharaoh. "Can I try it now?" asked Prince Tut. "No," said the vizier, "not until after your lessons." "The vizier is right," said the Pharaoh. "You have a lot to learn because one day you will be Pharaoh, king of Egypt." Prince Tut studied hard every day. He enjoyed his lessons but looked forward to the end of the day. Then he could ride his chariot. Every night he would race his golden chariot around the palace gardens as fast as he could. One day Prince Tut heard a noise outside the palace. He ran to the window and saw a crowd had gathered along the road. Tut had to stand on tiptoe to see what was happening. 3 soldiers were riding their chariots fast along the road, racing each other. It was the most exciting thing Tut had ever seen. Prince Tut wanted to race his chariot against the best of the soldiers, but he was not allowed to ride outside the palace gardens. "It is too dangerous for a young prince," said the vizier. Prince Tut waited until it was getting dark. Then he crept from his room and down to the stables to find his chariot. When he reached the stables, Tut found his chariot ready. He led the horse out as quietly as he could, hoping no one would hear. When he got to the gardens, Tut was amazed to find that the palace gates were wide open. As quickly as he could, he rode out of the palace and through the city without being seen. Prince Tut arrived just in time for the soldiers' secret race. "Wait for me," he cried. The soldiers did not recognize Tut. "You're just a boy," they laughed. "You'll never beat us." But after riding his chariot around the palace gardens, Tut found it easy racing along a big road. He soon left the soldiers far behind. Tut crossed the finishing line first. Then he disappeared into the night, and no one ever knew who the young driver was. People talked for years afterwards about the wonderful chariot that had appeared one night. Many years later, an explorer called Howard Carter discovered Tut's tomb hidden in the Valley of the Kings. The tomb was filled with lots of wonderful treasures, including Tut's golden chariot.